Many of us are always looking for really good looking games on mobile. We may even call them gorgeous games. So right now what we're doing is doing a tier list of the most gorgeous ranked games in the iOS App Store, basically the same as the Play Store as well. So let's take a look at these games, give them my personal ranking, not only on how they look, but also if it's a good game or not. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and as you can see, there are a bunch of games on here. Some we've played, some we haven't, but we're gonna take a deep dive into each of these and really see if we have any that stand out. Maybe you'll want to play them. That's what these videos are all about right here. Let's start with the first one on the list, which is Knighthood. As you guys can see, Knighthood is a vertical game, and this is one of my most favorite mobile games that I've played over time. This is a turn-based strategy game that is an absolute massive amount of fun, where you upgrade your gauntlet, you upgrade your heroes, and you basically go and slay not only your opponents, because it's PvP, but also people in PvE. Now, this is about being gorgeous, right? The game really does have an artistic art style, one that is very different from others that we see inside of the App Store. Now, this is not the biggest game, right? It's not the largest, most popular, but take a look at the rankings. 4.8 stars out of 23,000 rankings. The game is incredible. I would go as far as saying this is one of the best turn-based strategy games in mobile of the genre. I'm absolutely in love with it, and I wish, honestly, that I had more time to play it myself. I believe I put a video out on the channel at one point in time regarding this game. Knighthood is incredible. It's one that you must play. We have to give this one an S tier. Next on the list is League of Legends Wild Rift. Now, we're sitting at 31,000 rankings, which, to be honest with you, I think is fairly low. 4.2 stars. If you like League of Legends, you know you're gonna like Wild Rift. If you're into mobile games, League of Legends being one of the most popular games of all time, and actually one that I just featured on this channel in esports games, some of the best games on mobile to get involved with if you're looking for esports. Wild Rift, you know, just gave you a little bit of an inside scoop right there, is on that list. Such an incredible game if you're into MOBAs, and really just done well, looking really good. We really can't do anything but give League of Legends Wild Rift an S tier, both for how it looks and how it plays. I'll tell you what, so far we are getting bangers right now because Genshin Impact is next. Another great game. Ratings right here, 388,000 rankings, giving us a 4.4 stars overall. Genshin Impact is an absolutely beautiful game. Not only is it a beautiful game, but it's one that is extremely massive and playable both on PC and on mobile. Cross play, so you could play on your mobile device and then play on your PC when you're sitting in front of it at home. Really an absolutely amazing game. Gacha style. Some people say it has those pay to win elements, which is kind of familiar with the genre. With that being said, from a beauty standpoint, from how the artwork goes, as far as how deep the game is, how much there is to do inside of the game, you can't go anywhere besides giving Genshin Impact an S tier. I mean, we're looking at the number 4 adventure game, and this thing has been out for over a year. It really is incredible. If you haven't given a shot, go for it. It's free to play, and if you get to the point where you feel like you have to spend money, you can always stop playing. This one is a go-to S tier. All right, so far everything has been an S tier. By the way, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that right now and ring the bell for regular videos on up and coming and some of the best mobile games that you need to try. So Sky, Children of Light, I hear people say that this game is incredible looking. Children of Light definitely does have a beautiful art style that is very specific to the game itself. Much like Knighthood that we saw earlier on, it's a game that has a distinct style that is just kind of set along with the game itself, something that you're not going to see when you're looking at others. This is a much more casual game. There's no esports, there's no massive competitiveness inside of this game, but it is incredibly beautiful, and that's why a lot of people really kind of hang their hat on this title. Let's take a look at one more trailer before we go so you can get a really good look at what the game is about. In my opinion, with 184,000 rankings nearing 5 stars, I really think that this one is a go-to if you're looking for a casual gaming experience. If you're looking for something action-packed and you don't want to do a relaxing, calming exploration style game, then this one may not be for you. But if you're looking for something that's just chill, you can't go wrong. Check that out, 4.8 stars for Sky, Children of Light. Next up, we have Asphalt 9 Legends. This is another game that is big in the esports scene, hosted by ESL, and a really gorgeous looking game. This is a driving game where you don't actually control your speed, but you control where you go and what you do when you're on the track. Brutally fun game, high intensity, big into esports, and actually, in my opinion, this is probably one of the best looking mobile games if you're looking for a racing game to play. Now, if you're not into racing games, if you're not into cars, obviously this isn't for you. But if you are, this is an S-tier mobile racing game as far as looks go, as far as gameplay goes, and as far as the whole scene goes if you want to get competitive. With all this being said, literally everything so far on this list has been S tier, which makes me say, hey Apple, nice job. You're doing a good job just ranking these because you're giving people excellent recommendations. And I'm here, but the Echo stamp of approval right on it. Oh, and before we move on, 892,000 ratings, and it sits at a 4.8 stars. Next up, we have Grand Mountain Adventure, a skiing game, which is not one of the more popular genres on mobile. As you can see, only 5.7 thousand rankings for 4.5 stars. So the rankings are good, the numbers being played are not really that huge, but that's okay. When you look at the graphics of the game, it looks nice, but at the same time, I see this one and it does look to me like a mobile game. It doesn't stand out and say, oh, that game is really fantastic. But with that being said, it's a really, really nice looking mobile game. So this one's pretty specific. Snowboarding, skiing, if that's what you're looking for, this one could be the option for you. I'm gonna have to go ahead and give this an A tier. The first game that's not an S tier, just based on how specific the game is with the genre that it actually is. It looks really nice. I'm sure it plays really smooth as well, being ranked so high, but it is quite specific. An A tier, I think, is pretty fair. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below so far about all of my ratings. Play Dead's Inside. What is this one all about? Now, if we're looking at art style, this is very specific, very dark and very shadowy. But with that being said, it looks to be like some type of a puzzle game. Not sure if this would be a game that I would go choose to play myself. 4.3 stars out of 25,000. It's quite tough for me to do a tier list on a game that I don't have any or a lot of experience with at all. So I'm gonna leave that one up to you guys. In the comments section below, what would you rank this title right here? I think the artwork is on point. It's very shadowy and dark and has that great aura about it, but the gameplay seems to be some kind of a puzzler style action game. It looks fun, but is it deserving of an S tier? I just don't know. Next, we have Pascal's Wager, and this game I believe is a paid game. Looks like I've played it before. Only 739 rankings, which would lead you to believe that this is one that you have to pay for because a lot less people play those games. And let's take a look at what the game actually looks like, because if I recall, the gameplay was very good. That of a very classic action RPG. Take a look at some of these graphics. Now, a lot of this is cutscenes, but it is really darn incredible looking, and it was a lot of fun to play. Let me also say, this game was not easy. Extremely difficult, not for the faint at heart. If you're not looking for an action RPG or more like a regular RPG game from 20 years ago, as far as how difficult it is, this wouldn't be one for you. Comparing it to some others on the scene right now, I'm gonna say it's very good. We're gonna give it an A tier, not quite deserving of the S tier. I also don't like that you have to pay for the game and that it's not a free to play with microtransactions inside. I feel like on the mobile space, look at it right here. Only 739 rankings because so few people actually buy it to play it, or at least a lot less than if it were free to play. Marvel Future Revolution. Really good game. Played it a lot. Really, it was extremely pay to win when I did play it. I'm thinking that some modifications were made to that, but it still does have that element. 4.7 stars out of the 49,000 rankings right here. And obviously, like any other action RPG, you know what you're going to be getting, but this one is based in the Marvel universe. It was done really well. It was pretty like big open world, and it was a lot of fun, but it lacked something. It didn't stick. As I said, when I played this one, it just lacked something. It looked great, it was fun, but it didn't keep me playing. I'm gonna have to go and give Marvel Future Revolution a B tier. Let's take a look at our total rankings for all of the games. What are your thoughts right now of these rankings? Do you believe that I hit it on the head, or was I off off. Let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know what games you want me to take a look at in the future, because you never know when your suggestions will turn up in an upcoming video. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comment section below and throw a thumbs up on it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day and be good.